One of the things that we're really passionate about is campaigning that there should be no sugar in schools. What do you think about that? Because in the United Kingdom, there's been a big shift towards trying to look and taking, a deeper and harder look at the nutrition on a plate, and offered at school dinners and meals at school. But we are still seeing a lot of sugary food fed to children, and even in the form of juices, etc.
Right.
But white sugar as part of
white flour. Well, there shouldn't be any white flour, white sugar, and salted foods, because it's our lifetime exposure to salt that increases cardiovascular death. It's our lifetime exposure to high glycemic carbohydrate that increase the breast cancer at 85%. The highest glycemic diets have the highest rates of breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer as well. So we're talking here about mutilating our children with the food. And in my hometown in New Jersey, where I'm now living in California, but they wouldn't let parents bring in cupcakes and birthday gifts and birthday party foods to the school anymore. And what I'm saying, even honey and maple syrup and bagels and white flour and are all grouped in that, are all sugar. They're all just sugar. And they shouldn't be allowed, they shouldn't be fed to children. Children should get their sweets from eating fresh fruits. Apples and bananas and plums and persimmons and mangoes and oranges and they should be eating real fruit, because when the sugar is bound to the fiber in fruit, it's inside the cell of the fruit. It's not outside the cell wall. And as you break down the cell wall in the digestive tract, the sugar is gradually absorbed, and you can preferentially burn it as energy instead of storing it as fat and spiking addictive centers in the brain. It's free sugar. And honey and maple syrup and apple juice is free sugar, because you've taken the fiber away, you've unbound it from the cell, and now it spikes into the bloodstream more rapidly. And that can, of course, damage the immune system and also affect the brain. And by the way, anytime you get a surge of calories higher than you can get through natural foods, like you could eat nuts or seeds, and you can't get that much fat into the bloodstream at one time because the fat is absorbed too slowly. But if you take the walnut oil instead of the walnut, or the avocado oil instead of the avocado, you can spike the calories in the bloodstream way up, and you can affect dopamine centers in the brain that are calorically stimulated to make the person addicted to an excessive caloric load. These things are appetite stimulants. So we always, and in the modern world, most people think oil is like a health food. So most people in the Western world, United States and Europe, get most of their fat intake from animal fat or from oil. On a Nutritarian diet that I recommend, it's not a low fat, extremely low fat diet, but we get our fat from eating whole food plants that contain fat, like walnuts and sesame seeds and almonds and pistachio nuts and olives and avocado. We use whole food to make the Thai curry sauce, and to make the icing on the chocolate cake, we'll make an avocado icing, and the cake will have in it, carrots and beets and pineapple and cocoa powder and a few dates to sweeten it. We don't use nothing to sweeten it that's outside of the natural food, where the sugar comes from something that's fiber bound. It's intracellular. The sugar is in the cell, not outside the cell. So there's a different biological effect on human tissue.
Interesting. We'll have to find out some of your cake recipes, your sugar-free cake recipes.
And I make ice cream. My favorite ice cream is just vanilla ice cream with frozen banana, maybe a little unsweetened coconut and macadamia nut, with some real vanilla bean powder. And you don't need any sweetener, because the banana is good enough. And you don't even want it that sweet, because your taste buds haven't been deadened by the high sugar diet, and it's sweet enough for us to eat an ice cream with frozen banana or frozen fruit. Whipped frozen mango with a little unsweetened coconut and a little squeeze of lemon is a great type of mango sorbet. So we can make desserts, and we can make great sauces for vegetables, and we can make great breakfast meals and big salads with a Caesar dressing made out of hemp seeds and cashew nuts. And and maybe some tofu with a little bit of miso and kelp and nutritional yeast and a date, and we can make a delicious salad dressing that's not made of oil and salt. And or we can make a Russian vinaigrette, maybe with some tomato sauce and some almonds and blood and some black fig vinegar, and we can make a delicious salad dressings, or with toasted sesame seeds and cashews with with navel oranges and lemon and blood orange vinegar. We can make delicious salad dressings, sauces, dips, desserts without using any sugar or oil or salt in it.